Good morning, everyone. So today I will explain about psycholinguistics and multilingualism. First, what is psycholinguistics? Psycholinguistics is a branch of study which combines the disciplines of psychology and linguistics. It is concerned with the relationship between the human mind and the language as it examines the process that occur in brain while producing and perceiving both written and spoken discourse. Psycholinguistics as a separate branch of study emerged in the late 50s and 60s as a result of Chomskyan revolution. There are three primary processes investigated in psycholinguistics. First, language comprehension. Second, language production, and third, language acquisition. About language comprehension. Language comprehension is understanding what other people say and write. Is more complicated than it might at first appear. Comprehending language involves a variety of capacities, skills, process, knowledge, and disposition that are used to derive meaning from spoken, written, and signed language. Next, language production. Language production is the production of spoken or written language. It describes all of the stages between having a concept and translating the concept into linguistic form. There are several steps to create the language production. The first is intent message. Second, encode message into linguistic form. Third, encode linguistic form into speech. Fourth, sound goes from speaker's mouth to hearer's ear. Fifth, speech is decoded into linguistic form. And the last, linguistic form is decoded into meaning. Next, language acquisition. Language acquisition is the process by which humans acquire the capacity to perceive and comprehend language, as well as to produce and use words and sentences to communicate. Language acquisition usually refers to first language acquisition, which studies infants' acquisition of their native language. This is distinguished from second language acquisition, which deals with the acquisition in both children and adults of additional language. Language acquisition is just one strand of psycholinguistics, which is all about how people learn to speak and the mental process involved. Nah, second, what is multilingualism? Multilingualism is the act of using polyglottism or using multiple language. It can be either used by an individual speaker or by a community of speakers. And Republic of Vanuatu is one of the examples of highly multilingual societies. They speak in French and English in Bislama for purpose. There are two types of multilingualism. First, additive. Here, learning of second language does not interfere with first language. For example, English speakers in Quebec often learn French to upgrade business skills. And second, subtractive. Here, learning of second language does interfere or replace with first language. For example, successive U.S. immigrant generation eventually become monolingual English speakers. There are several ways of acquisition: successive, sequential, receptive. First, successive bilingualism. Here, learning one language after already knowing another. For example, those who become bilingual as adults or in early life. Second, simultaneous bilingualism. Here, learning two languages as first language and speaking no language at all to speaking two languages directly. For example, infant exposed to two languages from birth. And last, receptive bilingualism is having the ability to understand a second language, but not speaking it or not being able to speak it due to psychological barrier. For example, children in Mexican immigrant households hear English on TV, in stores, in radio, etc. But use their home language, which is Spanish, in everyday communication. When they enter preschool or kindergarten, these children are likely to make rapid progress in English because their receptive language skills in English has been developed. There are also benefits of being multilingualism. First, internalize negative states and externalize aggression less frequently. Second, increase executive function and decision-making abilities. Third, delays the onset of Alzheimer and dementia as well as other neurological issues. And future language are easier to learn and the native language is enhanced. Last, the need of multilingualism today, first, for personal growth, for job mobility, abroad study, tolerance and respect towards other cultures, increases vocabulary and effectiveness of speech, and last, broadens employment opportunities. So that's all from me. Thank you.